3, 2, 1. All right, hey, 365-day devotional. I'm Jeremy. This is Stormy. I'm Jeremy. This is Stormy. Hi, I'm Stormy. Come on, Stormy. Mrs. Stormy, very sweet cat. She always comes over here. She knows she's going to do it. So I go, you want to go do the devotional? She doesn't really talk, but she runs over here and messes around over here. She knows what I'm about to do, right? You're headbutting cat. Take that. And that. Me versus a miniature tiger. Alright, cool. 365-day devotional. It's titled Risk Believing. It is from Max LUCADO's book, God is With You Every Day. It is a 365-day devotional. It's good to, it's great actually. It's almost a requirement to be in a relationship with God, to be in prayer and talk to God. However you talk to Him, talk to Him. It is good to get in a silent, quiet, private place and pray and talk to God because He hears your prayers. So, risk believing. You know, just to put it out there, I didn't believe any of this about 5 plus years ago, 5-6 years ago. But it's crazy that I'm so drawn to it because everything else doesn't satisfy now. It's just what a message, a sermon, what the Word of God says. And it's pretty awesome. It gives life. So I'm just putting that out there for anybody that listens in for the very first time ever. And they might not get it. I didn't get it either, but now I'm like, wow, I wish I got it when I was very young. That's why I try to tell all the people. Tell the mamas and the daddies and the moms' dads. Tell the kids and the kids spread the word. We got some youths that are on fire. On fire. A lot of people that are on fire. A lot of people that are hurting too, and that's where we come in. The infantry, the special forces, all that, right? So God's people risk believing. When forced to stand at the crossroads of belief and unbelief, they choose belief. They place one determined step after the other on the pathway of faith, seldom with a skip, usually with a limp. They make a conscious decision to step towards God, to lean into hope, to heed the call of heaven. They press into the promises of God. Joshua's story urges us to do likewise. In fact, one might argue that the central message of the book of Joshua is this headline: God keeps His promises. Trust Him. The 3 verses of Joshua 21, 41 through 45 are the theological heart of the book. The writer pounds the point in triplicate. 3 times in 3 verses he declares God did what He said He would do. The Lord gave all He had sworn to give. The Lord gave rest according to all that He had sworn to their fathers. Not a word failed of any good thing which the Lord had spoken. All came to pass. Learn from Joshua. Take a risk. Believe in God. He will do what He said He will do. Yeah, so it is the promise of God, the commitment that He's made to us, kind of an obligation that He's got, because He said it. All you have to say is, Father, you said this, and you can't lie. You can only tell the truth, and you're all love, and you hate evil. So, and you said this, so, okay, right at the right time. I promise I'll do it, son. I promise I'll do it right at the right time. You don't want it yet. You're not ready for it yet. Just right at the right time. But in the meantime, I'll give you this, and this, and this. But I leave you a teacher. I leave you a helper. I leave you the Holy Spirit with you and all these other people I'm going to put in your life that are going to lift you up, encourage, motivate you, and provide everything that you need. I will provide for you every day everything that you need. Nothing else, nothing less. And a few blessings here and there. Yes. Wow, cool. What was it, Psalm 77 the other day that I read it? He said, don't make me rich, because then I might turn from you. Don't make me poor. And I don't know, but it was really, really cool. Hi, Stormy. What's going on with you? But let's read a few, since I haven't read Kings. That is Samuel and Judges. Whose cat is this? Anybody knows whose cat this is? Alright, let me check this out real quick. Alright, so we'll go Psalm 77 real quick. Alright, Stormy. I cried out to God for help. I cried out to God to hear me. When I was in distress, I sought the Lord. At night I stretched out untiring hands. At my soul refused to be comforted. I remembered you, O God, and I groaned. I mused, and my spirit grew faint. You kept my eyes from closing. I was too troubled to speak. I thought about the former days, the years of long ago. I remember my songs in the night. My heart mused, and my spirit inquired, will the Lord reject us forever? Will he never show his favor again? Has his unfailing love vanished forever? Has his promise failed for all time? Has God forgotten to be merciful? Has he in anger withheld his compassion? Then I thought, to this I will appeal. The years of the right hand of the Most High, I will remember the deeds of the Lord. Yes, I will remember your miracles of long ago. I will meditate on all your works and consider all your mighty deeds. Your ways, O God, are holy. What God is so great as our God? You are the God who performs miracles. You display your power among the peoples. With your mighty arm you redeem your people, the descendants of Jacob and Joseph. This is cool. The waters saw you, O God, and the waters saw you and writhed. The very depths were convulsed. The clouds poured down water. The skies resounded with thunder. Your arrows flashed back and forth. Your thunder was heard in the whirlwind. Your lightning lit up the world. The earth trembled and quaked. Your path led through the sea. Your way through the mighty waters. Though your footprints were not seen. You led your people like a flock by the hand of Moses and Aaron. Pretty awesome. Wow. And he remembered everything that he already did, and that's why we got to keep that faith. The faith, trust God. Learn from Joshua, take a risk, believe in God. He will do what he said he will do. I always mention the truths and promises of God. I always say that he's an all-loving God, but it is according to his will and his plan and purpose for your life and destiny. And that's up to you. I mean, those of us that are Christ followers and surrender to him, you're in his will. If you're being obedient and not sinning and staying focused, you're totally doing pretty much exactly what you're going to do. Don't even think about it. Just keep being you and keep doing what you're doing, and it's going to work out. I don't know. It's God's ways, not our ways. It just works out, and it blows your mind how it works out. I guess I know it'll work out. You don't have to force things or go against things or complain against things. Like, what was mine? Like, 2 weeks ago, like, they're like, I guess my work wanted me to give a presentation. I give a presentation, talk about cardiorespiratory fitness. Very good. I don't mind talking about it. Interval training, how the heart works, how the lungs work, how blood flow, and hemoglobins, and irons, and oxygens, and carbon dioxide. Great. I can talk about it, and I enjoy talking about it. But this past 2 weeks, all the way for the next two months, I am like waking up like very early to get to an internship and do that, and then right after that go straight to work and close down at 10 p.m. And I'm like, can I skip until I graduate, just December? And they're like, no, you can't, because you have this much time to be able to work on this and work on that. Half the 1 hour professional development is on email, and then working on a presentation that I'm like falling asleep at the computer today. But I will get it done because God will work it out, and I know there's a reason he wants me to do it. I think definitely wants to get me up in front of people, get very used to that, and I hope a lot of people show up. I actually pray that they do, but I'm not going to overcomplicate it either. But I know God's ways are not our ways, and it is according to his will. It will happen at the right time, and that day possibly I won't be tired, because that was the only other problem, because I'm going to be up like at 8 a.m. and I shouldn't be tired, and it should all work out. And as long as I'm fueled up, highly caffeinated and hydrated, and at least get that 8 hours of sleep that night, it should be fine. But at first I went against it, was like, hey, can anybody else do it? And they're like, no. I'm like, yes, actually somebody else could do it, but you know what? I'll do it, because it must be according to God's will. You don't go against it, because he controls all things, even non-Christians, Christians, Everything. He puts it on people's hearts to do certain things because he's God and he can control stuff like that. So, take a risk. So, careful with that. I mean, as long as your risk is to glorify God, don't focus on money. If you're going to do, you'll probably end up losing or stressing yourself out, becoming frustrated. But if there's something that you really feel deeply passionate about, like, dang, we could really do really well with this and really be generous with this if we get this. Yeah, maybe. Remember the prayer and the relationship with God. If you pray about those things, if you pray and you receive an answer back, you'll receive an answer back through some person. You'll have a random conversation and they'll say, well, I used to do this many years ago, and you'll be like, God, I just prayed about that. And well, how'd it go for you? Well, this and that. Like, still that's on my mind is always, I don't know why it's back there. I guess I'm around it and I really appreciate it. Being what the law enforcement does for us, what emergency medical services, but the law enforcement, police officers, love them to death, but it is a hard job. I know it's hard, especially for newbies too, because they don't want to screw up, because there is so many policies and regulations now. So many. So you have to be really careful. So at first you're really serious about it. But then as you age, maybe you become more of a veteran police officer, I guess you'd probably relax a little bit, but maybe take it more seriously. There's a lot of weight on your shoulder, a lot of responsibilities. So that's always there in my mind. Like, are you supposed to do something like that? But you pray about it. I think I've got the people in my life that said no. God's got huge plans for you. Big plans that he can use way better. Even though he could use me as that, I mean, anything we do, sometimes we can become pretty good at it. But if it's according to God's will and his plan and purpose for our life, we're going to be like the best at it. The best, and we're unique. And we're uniquely gifted to do a certain thing, to reach more people. And help more people and serve more people. So, and be a leader sometimes, to lead people, because people need a really good leader. That a leader really that would do things the godly way, the honorable, holy, righteous way. That's gonna, when business is ran that way, oh my, does it flourish. Even if it seems like you're gonna take a loss, somehow you're not. God's gonna honor that, and you're gonna all of a sudden get more income and more in the green and more profit, and it's crazy how that works, but that's how it is. When you give more, you actually receive more. And how I always say, because he gave, I give, and people notice that. People notice that when you give a fair price to something, or something that has value, but you give a fair, like, market value for it, or just not a good deal, but it's just fair. Yes, I agree, because that service is worth that much, I will pay you that, and hopefully the service is worth that much. If it's not, I just won't pay you that. And just like paying employees, if you pay them what they're worth, sometimes that might be bad. If you got an employee that's really worth it, pay that person, because to God, you're holding back a blessing from that person. But God will put on your heart too to give that guy a raise, or whatever. But once again, it's all according to God's will, plan, and purpose. And usually, we have everything that we need. If you don't get recognized at workplace, sometimes, as I say, you don't need the recognition, because it'll show up some other way, and you won't have to do much about it. And hence, kind of what happened to me today, or a few weeks ago, actually. But it's awesome. God is awesome, and always remember that, and just keep your faith. Always pray for that more faith, more hope, more patience, more obedience, just daily. He'll provide everything you need daily. So usually just be in prayer, guys. Be in prayer. Close relationship with God through the reading of the Holy Bible, electronic version, or open up the Bible and just read it. It's gonna blow your mind. Just a little bit is better than nothing. That's like when people working out or starting an exercise program, I say just go walk. Start somewhere. Just go walk a mile. That mile turn into 2 miles and 3 miles. You don't really need to be going more than 5 miles. And just have balance in your life. but start somewhere and grow into something bigger. Yeah, God will see our effort that we're making, and He will strengthen us and help us with everything else. We just have to be the one to get started, to initiate, to be the catalyst. And He's got all the angels around there to motivate and encourage and to guide His people, His children. It's pretty cool. So you just do the best you can every day to glorify God. Absolutely. I don't care how tired you are. I know it's a struggle when you're really tired, and some people work some crazy hours. How do I say it? You're going to have to pray about that too. It's a lot of prayer, and it's a lot of relationship with God, and that's kind of what fixes things. And it's the honest to God truth. So if you're in pursuit of God, He's going to give you peace, and His burden is light and His yoke is easy. Jesus says that. And it's so true. But when you go and make your own plans and do your own thing, your burden's not going to be light anymore. It's going to say, that's not what I wanted you to do, son, but we have free will now. You have free will because of what happened in the garden. So you can do whatever you want, or you could do it my way. If you would have been in a relationship with me, talking to me, I would have told you. It's just like with my friends, and my dad, if he just would have called me and say, hey, you want to meet up? You want to do this? Yeah, let's do this. All we got to do is ask. All we got to do is ask and make that effort. If that person just texts me and say they need this, yeah, sure. They just have to do it and not have any fear. I guess sometimes I need to take my own advice and do that too. And call the people and say, hey man, I need this, or you want to hang out because I need to hang out with somebody, or I need to talk. You need to put it out there instead of just going, I'll be alright. Talk to God, and He'll open those doors and those opportunities and put those people in your life and reveal things in your life on what you should probably do. But don't be distracted by the world and all that stuff. You need to be focused. You can't be focused on Jesus or God or what happened at the cross and the resurrection if you're still thinking about other stuff. This is God. He shows us graces and mercies every day. So, come on now. And He's already got this ultimate awesome plan for you. So that's it. Love you guys. I'm going to take off. Stay in prayer.